Hello there, everyone. The Andrade here, and welcome back to episode 47 of our Project Architect 2 Let's Play series, where, as you might be able to tell from behind us, I'm currently working on getting ourselves DT fuel produced, deuterium and tritium fuel, in preparation of us setting up a fusion reactor. So let's dive on into it. What do you call a cow with no legs? Ground beef. I kind of feel like we've had this one before. We're like 45 episodes in, though. I don't remember. But anyway, yeah, ground beef. Ha ha ha. Welcome back, my friends, to another wonderful day here in the world of the Andrade, where last episode we had left off setting up our evaporation tower, and I have gone ahead and expanded that. So I went ahead and, as I said, I added the 6 evaporation towers, keeping in mind each of these requires at least 240 of these evaporation blocks to do. You can tell that from the copy paste when it said copied 240 blocks last episode, not counting the requirements to get the 3 going. So we'd probably say about 256 per evaporation tower. So we've got, a little bit over. Let's see, there's 1,024, there's 1,024. So we've got about, 2,048 plus, another 256. So, 2,500, rougher, give or take, thermal evaporation blocks that you need to get this set up. But anyway, so I got those set up. I've got sinks going for each of them to get them their water. I have resistive heaters shared. Each of these is running at 2,500 RF per tick. I went ahead and moved the output up top so that way we can access all of these. So we have all of the brine coming out, and it links together with these ones over here. And then it goes into this thermal evaporation block, which is producing the lithium. From there, I can't access the controller. I could show you. But the lithium comes out, the liquid lithium comes out of here, goes into 4 rotary condensators. I believe we only need 3, but 4 fit, so I just put 4. So those are concentrating the liquid lithium into lithium gas, and then we have pressurized tubes running to solar neutron activators. Now, I was testing things out, and I'm like, how do I want to lay this out? And it turns out you can stack them like I did here. You can't put other blocks on top. Like if I were to take, let's say, a dirt block, and I put this on top of this, it stops working because I'm blocking the solar panel. But apparently another solar neutron activator doesn't block it. I don't know where the logic is there, but it works. So we can stack, which means we have verticality, which is much easier for us to plan for this automation and everything like that. I don't have to figure out how I'm going to route pipes because I just have pressurized tubes going into the back of all of these and then pressurized tubes coming out. And it's all feeding into an interface, which there's a wireless connector down here, connect over there. And if we take a look inside of that interface, we can see that we're currently generating 655 millibuckets per tick. The minimum that we need is 500 millibuckets per tick in order to get this going, because we need 500 millibuckets per tick of tritium, and we need 500 millibuckets per tick of deuterium. Combine those together, and we get 1,000 millibuckets of DT fuel. So I want to monitor this. I want to see how well this is working. These guys are maxed out on their temperature, so they're producing as fast as they can go. And let me see. Can I shrink and get myself back there? I don't know how you can see. I got a lot of speed upgrades for our deuterium process. I can get back there. This is also producing 1,080 millibuckets per tick. And it's not bottleneck. Like, we have 6,000 brine in there, so it's not like it's struggling to produce. So it looks like, honestly, if we added more, I'm trying to see, like, why is this guy full of lithium, but the other ones aren't? Why is he getting priority for the lithium and everything else isn't? They're all getting 25 and he's generating 40. I don't understand that part. But anyway, so we're producing 600. Ideally, I'd like to get that up to 1 bucket. So I might add another row of these and see if that would help. But we'll see. Because, if this is maintaining that one at the 10,000, that means that we still have extra, I guess. We'll see. Maybe I'll add on another one. Again, minimum is 500. And since we have an all-day world, it really doesn't make too much of a difference. You want a higher buffer to account for the fact that night and storms are going to exist. And when that happens, it shuts your machines off. But since we don't have to deal with that, we probably will be okay. We'll find out. Anyway, so in order to make DT fuel, we need the other half of the DT, which is deuterium. And deuterium is not complicated to make at all. All it requires is an electrolytic separator of heavy water, and that will produce deuterium and oxygen. The heavy water is the hardest part, but it's not even complicated to get. It is a electric pump with the filter upgrade installed from Mekanism. Let's go ahead and full size-inate ourselves. So what I did in between episodes was get ourselves our electric pumps. Now looking again on the Mekanism wiki, it says 50 of these is what you need with filter upgrades installed in order to keep this going. So I have 50 with filter upgrades, and the filter upgrade is what allows it to extract heavy water instead of regular water. The important thing with this is I need to make sure I set these up prior to putting them over the water, or else they'll start sucking up regular water, and then I have to do the whole chain process of disconnecting or getting the what's it called, the pipette thing. This is really annoying that I can't. It doesn't refill my inventory automatically. Anyway, the pipe thing, and then do the thing, and then I don't want to do that thing. So you do not have a configuration, so we don't have to worry about a copy paste or configuration card. But what I do need to do is get filter upgrades installed in you. So we're going to go ahead and get that going. That way I can place it over the water. And I believe, which is why I made extra, we can get speed and energy upgrades on these. Now I'm going to use my modular router distribution capabilities in order to handle the speed, in order to handle the power. That way I don't have to worry about setting everything up any specific way. I can just go ahead and let the modular router handle it. You need about 500 or so speed and energy upgrades, by the way, for this. And I don't know if I got all of them in there. So I'm just going to do it all again. Okay, so that's that. Now I need energy upgrades. I think I need another stack, maybe. I don't know. You. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Hey, close enough. Okay, cool. So we can go ahead and put those back into here. Okay, so this is electric pumps doing their thing. Now they have all of their upgrades in them, which means we're able to go ahead and get them set up above the water. So we can actually just go ahead and vein mine all these up, and now we have access to them. So what I want to do is go ahead and place these such that they are all covering one of these blocks of water. Now we have 50 total that we can do, so we're going to go ahead and, well, get 50 of them going. Keeping in mind they do have specific power sighting, okay, which is why I have my energy distributors here. We're going to need a total of 2 of these. So what I'm going to do is come over here, and I'm going to say I'm going to shift right click best I can that side, which is south. Good. That's what I want. And this can only do 8, 7, and 8. So then I'll switch to this one for the last 2. Okay. So with that, I already have these set up. This should now be able to move power into those. I'm going to go ahead and grab a flex point. And should I do a flex point for each, or should I just do, we'll just do, this is our heavy water production. That's on the output network. And then we can grab ultimate universal cables and get those guys powered up. And so now what we should have, all of these has power, and they are producing heavy water. Perfect. Okay. Not perfect. I see what's happening here. So the first distribution model is taking priority. Out of range? Really? Really? You got to be like that? Okay, so that just means that I need to, I'm going to have to set up another set of these on the other side. And then I guess we'll just split it. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll grab these, but I'm going to need, let's set that to the side. I need 4 more stacks. So that's 512, right? We can do math in here, can't we? 64 times 5. And that'll tell me 320. So I was wrong. 320. It's cool that you can do math inside of applied energistics and let it do its thing. So we need that. We're going to need speed upgrades, and we're going to, we'll just make another stack of those. We're going to need stack upgrades, and let's do 1, 2. I'd like them to face the same way at least. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's grab you and get you out of here. And then what I'll do is I'll probably just do 5 and 5 then and allow that to do its thing. So that's that, and I just need to get power. Okay, so now let's get another flux point. We'll place you here, universal cable. And then you are heavy water 2. Okay. So now you have power. Now you're happy, and you guys are filling up. Okay. And I want muffler upgrades on that. I don't want to see the lasers. I just want it to do its thing. Okay, cool. So with that being said, now we have heavy water being produced. What I would like to do is clear both of these then, and then set it to be 5 and 5. That way, at least it's distributing the power equally. So I'll go ahead and clear these, but I'm going to go ahead and get the other rows of this set up so we have the heavy water, and then we'll talk about what we have to do with the heavy water in a moment. All right, and with that, everything is happy. Took a little bit, kind of sort of a pain to do, but we now have 50 electric pumps producing heavy water for us. Now all we got to do is get that heavy water out. Heavy water is a liquid, so we can go ahead and use mechanical pipes. I did end up needing to make even more, what are those called? Speed and energy upgrades because, well, it took more than I needed, or more than it thought. But yeah, anyway. So all we have to do is hook this up. The top is the output, so we can go ahead and then hook this up and then shove it into our interface over here, and that'll kind of sort of tell us, this is a liquid. I'm going to need a drawer for this, aren't I? I need a drawer for heavy water. Because we don't have any liquid storage in applied energistics. Fluid storage? 256K fluid storage cell? Would that be prudent? I mean, it's literally just for this. Or I can go set up. Yeah, we can go. Let's pop over to here really quick before we get this going. Let's go ahead. Man, I need a bucket of it, though. I don't know how to do that. Let's do this. Let's pop over to Mekanism because I need to be able to program the drawer. And in order to set the drawer to allow it, I need a bucket of the liquid, right? Let's go ahead and grab a tank. We just need a small basic fluid tank and let that fill up. And then I can grab a bucket with this. So this should fill up pretty quickly. Then I can grab a bucket of this. And then that'll allow me to filter the, what's it called? And then I'll have an extra, we'll have that filled up, but that's fine. Okay. So then I can pop back over here and we can go to here. We can go to our MDF, and then one of these will be, let's see, your refined sunflower, you're empty, ether gas, your liquid meat, and pink slime. Okay. So you then can go ahead and be heavy water. Let me go ahead and unlock this. Unlock it. Heavy water. Lock it. Okay. So now that's heavy water. So when I import it into the system, it should dump into this drawer here. Okay. So now I can go ahead and finish those connections. And that'll get heavy water into applied energistics so we can push it out. Do I necessarily need it to be in applied energistics? No, but since I have the tritium going in there, I might as well go ahead and get the heavy water and the deuterium going into there too. Actually, do I need? Now that I think about it. Yeah, heavy water is not used for anything else. I should just have this heavy water go straight into an electrolytic separator, shouldn't I? And then I have the tritium come into the interface. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, so I guess I'll need to go clear that drawer, but that's okay. We'll deal with that later. So what we can have then, instead, we can have an electrolytic separator can go ahead and sit here, and the electrolytic separator is going to be what handles the what's it called? So you can go there. You can go ahead and have one more machine that you need to feed into, which is going to be the electrolytic separator. Should be able to handle that. We'll see. Didn't we have an issue with it before? So you want speed, or how about just upgrade? We want speed and energy upgrade. So speed upgrade. Energy upgrade, bam. So we are producing deuterium and oxygen. The oxygen, honestly, actually, you know what? We can import both of those, and it's not that big of a deal. And extra oxygen isn't going to hurt us. So we'll go ahead and get an extended import bus and cable. So that'll import from this. We'll set the all right. So let's clear. We don't want any items. No items are going to come into here. Gases are going to output to the left. And I can't set both. I mean, I could dump excess, so then any extra oxygen's just going into there. That's perfectly fine, I guess. And then fluids, you're going to clear, but you input from the back, and energy can come from anywhere. Not enough room in the output slot. Let's get the acceleration card going. And maybe, but I don't. Okay, let me do this. I was going to say maybe interface would be faster if I do that, and then I do this, and I let Mekanism do the pushing. I think that's a little faster for us ultimately. Yeah. So if I do deuterium, we're producing... Honestly, don't know. Are we producing... I mean, it says 400 millibuckets there. Are we producing 400 millibuckets a tick, or not enough room, not enough energy? So we're not getting enough power in here. Okay, so let's just go ahead and... I was going to say, let's just go ahead and disconnect that, but it doesn't really make a difference. We can just go ahead and do this, and now it'll get enough power. Perfect. So we're producing 480 millibuckets per tick of deuterium. We need another electrolytic separator. We'll go ahead and put this one over here. Get it power as well. Bam. And speed and energy. Speed and energy upgrade. Bam, bam. So you are producing, well, we need to void you, and then I need... Just making this more complicated for myself now, but honestly, it's fine. It just doesn't look the greatest anymore. What do you have? No, why did you do that? Gases. Don't do that. Now I gotta just get rid of this oxygen. Luckily, it's not gonna... Come on. Luckily, it's not going to pollute the universe. Okay, good. So now we have deuterium going in there, so we can go ahead and route it over to here. Perfect. And we have another 0.48, and then this is producing 0.48, so we have almost a bucket of deuterium being produced just right here. Now, it seems like that'll throttle down because we have a buffer of heavy water inside of here. I'll be interested to see once this 1,000 buckets empties, how are we doing on our deuterium production. But for now, it looks like we have... I wish I could see... I could. If I do this, let's do fluids. Input from the back. Gases, we won't output there. What we'll do is output to the top. And then now we should see, yeah, and there we go. Now we see 0.96 deuterium coming in, so almost a bucket. And that'll allow me to monitor this to see once this buffer runs out, how much are we actually producing. I hope I don't need to set up more of these, but if I do, it's not that complicated of a process. It's just, it's a pain to do, but yeah, but that's that. So we now have deuterium and tritium being produced. So with that, we can go ahead and easily set ourselves up a chemical infuser with both of those liquids, or gases rather. Chemical infuser can go ahead and say here. And for this, I'm going to want a quantum entangler for the DT fuel. It'll just make it easier for us when we get to the end of this, when we start to put this inside of our fusion reactor, once we get that set up. But on this, I'm going to need an export bus. And then we're going to want to put that here. And then we're going to want cable. I guess I don't have enough cable. Bam, bam. And you, my friend, are going to export deuterium and tritium. And you can do it fast. Hopefully fast enough. So you're going to get deuterium and tritium. You're going to have that as your input. So items config is nothing, but input is going to be on the back. Okay, so you can only input one type. Okay, so we'll do another import bus or export bus then. That's fine. I already had some, didn't I? Yeah. So what we'll do instead is we'll reverse this, and that'll be the output then. And then we'll have an import bus on the back. Taking the the DT fuel is going to go over there. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab cable. That's you. And you. So that's that. We need power. Bam, you are DT fuel prod. Output, clear it. Okay, so deuterium you have. Okay, let's go ahead and do this again. So deuterium is going to come in from the left now. So we'll go ahead and gases, clear it. Input red is on the left. Orange will be on the right. Tritium is going to come from this side. And then we should have tritium come in here. Yes. Okay. We're going to want to speed that up. And we're going to want to speed that up for sure. Bam. Then we need to speed the machine up itself. Lots of speed ups, right? So you and you. Go faster, go faster. And you are producing DT fuel. Perfect. I would love to see how much we're producing, but I don't know how to do that part. Output, auto eject into the quantum entangler porter, and you are DT fuel. And I probably should have done my thing with it. Gas is input from the bottom. Okay. So, I mean, we're producing. I don't know how fast. What's our issue? Not enough energy. How much power are you using? 204,000 RF per tick. Jeez Louise. You are an expensive buddy. I mean, go ahead and use what you need, but wow, 204,000 to produce this? This chemical infuser is ridiculous. But it looks like we're producing 512 millibuckets. I don't understand why we have this power flicker going on here. It honestly, it should be fine. There shouldn't be any issues with energy. You're using 80,000 RF for this whole process. But, yeah, I don't like that power flicker. Why are you doing that? It's because, no, I was about to say, it's because this is dropping down, but the tritium and the deuterium are keeping up here. But we're producing 512 millibuckets. Not enough. This should be at a bucket per tick. We're only producing 512. So how do we get this to be better? Do I need another chemical infuser? Do this twice? Maybe that's the route. I don't know. I'll play around with it in between episodes. Maybe another chemical infuser producing another 512 would be good. But it's still, we are currently producing 648 millibuckets. And over here, we're producing exactly half a bucket of deuterium. And we are completely cleared in our mechanical pipes. So we have exactly enough deuterium, and we have a little more tritium than what we need. But again, we're not producing as much as I was thinking we would, which means we should be having a net gain on this where we want it to be. I mean, we still want a net gain on this, but a slight one. But the deuterium should be balanced out, and we have a gain on this. So I'm going to set up another chemical infuser and see if that helps us with our DT fuel. But anyway, yeah, that is our DT fuel production process. What that means is next episode, we can come back and we're going to work on getting our fusion reactor set up and getting that 200 million RF being produced for us, which will only help us out in the future. 200 million RF per tick, by the way. So anyway, if you enjoyed today's episode, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it, and it really does help out the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Have a good one.